Hey, what's up everybody? Jake here and welcome to the hobby. If you didn't know, I don't really use TikTok. I'm kind of a boomer in that case where I consume a lot of my content on YouTube, and while I have TikTok on my phone, I almost never look at it. I know my partner looks at it a lot more, but I do know there is a ton of Pokemon card content on TikTok and they get a lot of eyeballs. If you think Pokemon YouTubers have a lot of influence, just look at the TikTokers where they get hundreds of thousands of views very quickly and very easily. So I wanted to see what some of these TikTokers have to say because they have a lot of eyeballs on them, and I would love to see what a normal Pokemon card collector, a casual one who's browsing TikTok, would see on their feed. All right, first video up, let's see if we can learn something about Pokemon card collecting from some TikTokers.
Alt arts that are down 50%, we got the Flareon from the premium collection box. This one did top out at around 60 bucks, now it's selling for under 30. Jolteon V also from the premium collection box.
Sure.
This one was around a $40 card, now it's selling for around 20. RCS V
cards
from
are differing in price.
This
All
one was
these
going
are
for around
alt
60
art.
bucks, now it's selling for under 30. Got the Machamp V from Astral Radiance. This one was going for around 200 bucks.
Nice.
Now it's selling for even under 120.
Okay, like this is completely fine. I think it's great to know what card prices are going up or down. I don't think that's a big deal. He's not really saying you have to pick these cards up because they're so cheap right now or something like that. I think this is completely fine. I don't know card prices on a day-to-day basis. Some people like to check on some current cards that they really enjoy, but in general, most people aren't really looking at card prices from a day-to-day perspective. So I could see me viewing something like this on my feed, and I'm fine with this. I think this is fine. It's completely great to just get more information. I think more information is always great.
This one was going for around 60 bucks. Now it's selling for around 30, 35. Charizard V from Brilliant Stars. This one isn't down by 50%, but it still took a big hit. Was selling for around 200 bucks. Now it's selling for in the 120s. Golurk Alt from
Golurk V.
This one was selling for around 35. Now it's selling for around 15 to 17. Skunk Tank Alt from Silver Tempest. This one was going for around 11 bucks. Now it's selling for around 5. Then we got the Beedrill Alt from Astral Radiance. This one spiked all the way to 50, and now it's selling for around 25, 30. Most of these alt arts have gone back to their previous prices before the crazy spikes we saw, so it could be a good time to pick some of these up.
Sure. I think that's completely fine. I think he said it exactly well, which is, hey, if you want to pick these up, you can. It's not really pushy at all. In a video a couple of months ago, I think Rob and I did a video where we just talked about what we thought about the market, and we did say that we felt the alt art cards were a little bit high and they probably will dip down. Whenever you see cards going up 200% in a couple of months, it's usually a good sign that it might drop soon. Cards don't go up forever. They go up, they go down. Collectibles love to spike. So yeah, I think that makes complete sense. If you want to pick some of these up, that's fine. I don't think they're going to go up again anytime soon, but hey, they are cheaper than where they were 6 months ago, so that's just a straight up fact. If you like to pick up that information, I think something like this, it's a fine TikTok, no issue with it. I think this is perfect. Okay, next video up, 3 cards to grade under 30 bucks. Oh boy, all right, let's see what we got here.
Here are 3 cards to grade under $30. Starting off with my third pick. This card as a single has a strong upward price.
Everyone's using TCG player prices. I think that's fine. It's not perfect. I've used TCG player prices, so I don't think this is an issue at all.
It is set with rather difficult pull rates. At a market price of $29.70, Inteleon VMAX alternate art from Fusion Strike. With PSA 10 seeing around $100, it's a solid choice.
Okay, like, I get where they're going with this, which is, hey, you can buy a card that's 30 bucks, grade it, and if it's a PSA 10, it's worth more. Yes, grading some cards, if it's a PSA 10, it's worth more, but it's not easy money. There's a lot of risk involved. If someone's selling a card on TCG Player, they might know that it won't get a PSA 10. So this goes for any cards pretty much. I know they're picking 3 cards here that they would really like to see graded, and it's probably going to be a value increase. But in general, grading always comes with a risk. So with risk, there's reward, but there's also downside. So it's really up to you. It's not going to be like easy money.
Next, at number 2, an older card in a strong upward trend, fan favorite creature in the face of Pokemon, with a market price of $28.30. The Generations Pikachu. PSA 10s of this card can net you $200.
Okay, so that's a perfect example. That card is very hard to get graded in a PSA 10. That's a hard card to get a 10 of. So it's going for $200. Yeah, I think that's completely fine because it's a hard grade. If you grade a bunch of these, you're probably not even going to get a single 10. So that's why some cards are going for $200. But if you're a budget collector, go for a 9 or an 8. Most of them are way cheaper than the 10, and they look just as good. You're not going to be able to really tell a difference between a 9 or a 10 unless you're like really squinting at the back and seeing a little white chip on the corner or something like that. Most 9s look beautiful on display. So if you're a budget collector, nothing wrong with getting a 9.
And my number 1 pick, a new card that introduces an entire new block of Pokemon, a Japanese exclusive promo. This stunning card features Pikachu along with all the new starters with a cheap entry price between $15 to $20 raw online and PSA 10s netting you over $100. The brand new Scarlet and Violet Japanese promo.
Okay, so this TikTok is clearly a little bit older. This video is clearly a little bit older. That Pikachu now probably goes for like $30 to $40 in a PSA 10, and it makes sense. And this happens with a lot of graded cards, is that they're kind of expensive when there aren't a ton of them being graded, but sometimes the market gets flooded with these very quickly. If you look at something like the Van Gogh Pikachu, there's 28,000 PSA 10 copies of that card. It is not going to be expensive anytime soon. It's already pretty expensive in a 10, but it won't spike to a $1,000 card. It just can't. 28,000 copies of it. There's going to be plenty of it readily available in the market for a long time. Same with this Pikachu. It's a great card. I have a couple of these in a 10, and they are great for giveaways. But yeah, if you grade cards like these and you wait 3 months for them to come back, you might not get the full $100 value anymore. They might be down to $40 or something like that when everyone is grading a card like this. So it can happen. Yeah, so it just depends on if you want to do that or not. Next video, let's see what we got.
Pokemon collectors. What should you be buying right now?
I would love to know
Currently, there's a lot of product on the market, and it can be quite confusing to navigate. So let's start with the best sets to open, because I know you're going to want to open packs. And honestly, it's not often that I say this, but the most recent set, Twilight Masquerade, is actually a good option. With many cards continuing to creep up while the price of product hasn't really changed, you can always hope to pull that Greninja. As an alternative, check out restocks of Crown Zenith, because this set has high pull rates, amazing artwork, and card values are now bouncing back up. If you want to open some Evolving Skies, forget it, unless you find these magical tins, and that they are not the reprinted kind, but there's no way to really tell. However, a solid cost-effective alternative, the Korean Eevee Heroes. Give it a try if you haven't.
Yeah, if you want to pick up Korean products, they're usually cheaper than both Japanese or English, so it's definitely a cheaper option. Obviously, you can't read the language, but if you're really feeling the jitters to open up some Evolving Skies, then yeah, I think Korean cards are a fine option because they're legitimate Pokemon cards just like all other languages, so any language is completely fine.
The same can be said about Pokemon 151. It seems that there are no products anywhere, and we still have no word of a reprint. But if you still want to enjoy the set, the Japanese version is quite cheap at the moment, and the card quality is just better. In the new product category, there is the brand new Back to School line. These eraser kits here are pretty solid, featuring Bellibolt and our boy Gengar, while the Charizard pencil case is also a good cheap option. Now, as usual, despite everything I said, the best in terms of value for your money is always to buy single cards.
Yes, if you really want to pick up anything, singles are always going to be the way to go. It's just the way it works. If you crack open booster packs, and this happens all the time, people ask me, hey man, what's the best pack I can open up right now to make some money? It's none. Can you get some value from opening up any booster pack? Sure, you can, but in general, if you want to be a budget collector, just picking up the cards that you want as singles is probably the best way to go. I personally really enjoy opening up booster packs, so I like that experience, and I don't mind losing money opening up booster packs because I find the pack opening experience enjoyable, and that alone brings value to me. But it just depends on you. If you're someone that's going to be really downtrodden when you crack open booster packs and you get nothing good, then it's probably not for you. Just pick up singles, and it's always a good way to go.
My husband has been collecting all over our house and in our storage unit. So I decided to organize all of them for him.
Nice. That looks very close to my own display. Little differences. I personally would not have, you know, a bunch of random products like that inserted. I try to display my box rather than just putting them in there. This is clearly more of an investment long term, which is fine if that's what they want to do. Personally, I try to pick up one copy of a box if I really love it, maybe two, because I would love to open up one down the line. But most of my boxes, the premium collection, stuff like that, I use for display if I really like the box, because in general, they take up a ton of space and you don't want to be hoarding a bunch of these products. It's very hard to list and sell them down the line, so they're not actually even that good of an investment. If you want to collect something really long term, just go with a booster box. It's boring, but it's probably the best way to go. But the ultra premium collections, the random collection boxes like that, some of them look really good on display, and if I like one a lot, I'll have one on a display shelf, and it looks similar to that, so that's completely fine.
We're about to spend 4,100 on 91 Pokemon cards right now. We're gonna meet up with the guy in a bit, and we'll see how it goes.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't like where this is going, but I know these kind of like card deals where you just sell cards right out of your trunk is very popular right now. I've seen a lot of these TikToks. I've seen them, so let's see where this one goes.
So man, they're all near mint, right? Yeah. You mind if I check out the more expensive ones?
Yeah, feel free. Probably going to be in the beginning of the page of the ranking ones, the pricier ones.
Why are you letting them go, bro?
So I mastered Sword and Shield, bro. Yeah, I have master sets from all the sets from Florida, and these are just like the ones that are worth selling.
Yeah, we got all the alt arts.
Not a majority of them. Those are all dupes that I pulled out are alt arts.
Bro, everyone wants this Mew still.
Yeah, dude. I think that's going to be going up too. It's already like 90 something.
This is 4,100.
Okay, it looks like he's offering about 75% or 80% of the total value of the cards. That's completely fine. I've seen people do as low as like 60%. So clearly they agreed upon a price because he brought the money with him. But I don't recommend doing deals through your card. There's so many issues with that. If you meet someone out there and they know you're bringing $4 grand with you, you could get robbed. So there's always that risk. I personally wouldn't do it. There's some great places to do it. Do it at a Collecticon. Do it at a convention where there's a ton of other people there. Or if you can't do that, there's always different trade nights where people can actually go and trade cards in a public environment. And I think that's much better than going through your car like this. And the risk is for both sides. If one side knows you're bringing $4 grand in Pokemon cards and one side knows that you're bringing $4 grand in cash, there's the chance for both sides to do something shady. So I would not recommend a card deal like this, but that's completely fair. I think the price, they clearly agreed upon it beforehand, and he's just checking the cards to see if they're legit. So I was worried that this was going to go in a weird direction, but this is completely fine. I think the deal is fine. I just would not do it from my car.
Here are the 3 best Pokemon card investments you...
Okay, we got another investment style video. It's from 2023. Let's see if any of these picks were good. We can see how they turn out. It's only been a year, but we'll see.
Can make in 2023. The first product is V-Star Universe, and guys, this is an amazing product. Must pick up. It's a high-class set. All Japanese high-class sets do very well over time. You can pick it up for about $90 at the low right now, and it's likely on its final
Yep, that's V-Star Universe is fine. If you can find it for $60, $70 even, that's even better. But he's right, it's a great set. I enjoy cracking it open. It's a ton of fun. It's the Japanese version of Crown Zenith, so it is very, very good. No issues with this one.
Now is the great time to pick it up. Next up is Pokemon 151. This box is full of beautiful arts from the original 150.
151, everyone knows it's fantastic. So again, great booster box, completely fine with me.
51 Pokemon that everybody loves. This is what Pokemon is famous for. And if any box is gonna do well, this is the one. Anywhere under $200.
Anywhere under $200. Woo, sheesh. Yeah, this is definitely from 2023. Booster boxes of Japanese 151 definitely reach $200. There was always the risk of a reprint. If you bought it for $200, you took that risk. I remember recommending people pick up a box or two if they really enjoy it. It is still a fun set. At the time, I don't think I ever bought a box over $100. $100 is already a lot for a Japanese booster box. $200 is a lot of risk, and it's definitely dropped down. I think the lowest it's been this year is $40 or $50. If you can find those still, it's still an amazing deal. I picked up a ton because it's just fun to crack them open, give them away. And I think, yeah, Japanese 151 will be fun for years to come. And I think the prices have gone up a little bit. You might find booster boxes for even $80 now. That's still fine. But $200 is wild. $200 is wild.
Probably a good pickup. And number 3 on our list, World's 2023 Yokohama Pikachu deck. And this is a Japanese exclusive with a promo card. Anytime there's a Pikachu promo card exclusive to Japan, it's an insta buy, guys. Anywhere around $200 is a great place to pick it.
$200 is a lot. That box was going for a lot cheaper in Japan. I think retail price on it was like $40. So $200 is a lot. I did not recommend viewers picking it up because if you're buying it for $200, you're giving someone $160 price premium over you. That's like 400 or 500% above retail. So I couldn't recommend buying this at $200. And I think prices on these have dropped down since then. So maybe they're more affordable now, but it's a really cool Pikachu promo cards. I collect Pikachu promos. Lots of people collect Pikachu promos. So yeah, in general, these 3 products are completely fine. I still stand by my rule, which is wait 2 years before picking up any product. And that seems like a long time, but it's a millisecond in the world of card collecting or collectibles. The first 2 years of a collectible, it's still in its infancy. A lot of products are still affordable. If you look at something like an Evolving Skies booster box, 2 years after release, the prices on Evolving Sky booster boxes hadn't really climbed yet. It took well after that before it starts climbing. And that's pretty common because most products get reprinted and reprinted and you don't know when those reprints are going to happen. So if you want to pick up products at an exorbitant price really early on, there's a lot of risk involved in that. And it's okay not to pick up everything. Don't let FOMO get you. You don't need everything inside of your collection. Some stuff will go up, some stuff will go down. Don't worry too much about it. I think a lot of these TikToks are absolutely fine. I didn't really see anything that was really outlandish or crazy out there. If you guys find some really sketchy TikToks or something like that, feel free to send them to me. I'd love to react to them. So I hope this has been enjoyable. We'll definitely do more of these because I'm sure you guys will send me a lot of crazy wild ones and I know they exist. So let's see where those go. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys next time.